In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the latest release from Les Abstraits, which is Eugene's brand, and it's called Cendres, which I think means ashes in French. So yeah, let's dive into it. So Cendres, this was kindly sent to me by Rich Mitch. So yeah, we'll give it a spray just to remind myself. Immediately I get green. Galbanum is one of the main notes that you smell throughout the perfume. There's also a pine tar note. So you do get this very clear green galbanum pine, a foresty vibe immediately. I mean, it smells like this to me. That's what it gives you. I find something interesting about this in the sense that there's something translucent. It's almost like the whole thing has a very neutral, almost shimmery kind of musk, or something that's a little bit watery, translucent. The way that I kind of worded it in my notes was, if you can imagine a framed picture of a forest on your wall at home, and you've got the same picture as a poster just taped on the wall, no frame, no glass, just a poster on the wall, and next to it you've got the exact same picture, but it's framed and it's glass in front of it. And that's the difference, I think. This is like the glossy version that's behind glass, nicely framed. It's polished, it's got something translucent or glass-like or watery-like over the top of it. And so to me, when I was smelling it, I was actually getting vibes of, yes, there's a forest, yes, there's a forest floor, there's green, there's leaves, there's pine, there's kind of earthiness, there's something a little dark, but then there's also this kind of translucent, clear, transparent, watery quality to it, which in my brain led to me to think or imagine that the forest was next to a body of water, like a cold, still lake or something like that. Something cold water that's not flowing, it's very still, very calm, and there's just something cold about it, a cold, wintry kind of lake that's near the forest. And so that's the impression that I get from when I smell this, is that there's a body of water next to a pine forest. The idea, the inspiration for this one, I'm sure people are familiar already if you're a fan of Eugene, but essentially the first three fragrances, the first one being the rose kind of patchouli fragrance, that was meant to represent heartbreak, literally his heartbreaking end of a relationship. And then the second one was about healing, recovery, self-love, loving yourself, healing, that time of healing. And it was more kind of iris, cacao, chocolatey iris, comforting, musky, very cuddly and cozy and warm and intimate. And the third one, which is this, Cendres, is like rising from the ashes. It's like his time spent in the forest in contemplation of life and God and the mystery, and going in and finding some inner peace and deepness, and kind of being reborn, rejuvenated from the heartbreak, from the healing, and emerging as a better person. And so yeah, this is the process of, like I say, rising from the ashes, so to speak, in contemplation, in the forest, in nature, trying to tune yourself to the universe again. I'll read you the official notes that Eugene posted about this. Cade, clove, birch tar, pine tar, galbanum, violet leaf and tuberose, frankincense, patchouli, leather, hyrax, vetiver, and oak moss. The clove, fortunately, I don't really get clove, which is a good thing, because when I do get clove it reminds me of toothache. I don't get clove. The birch tar and cade is interesting in this. It doesn't smell overly smoky. To me it has an interesting effect of almost like, if you can imagine cinder, like cindering or something smouldering. Smouldering is a good term. To me it's not a raging fire, it's like slowly burning, like, and more ashy as well. I think the word like ashes for the fragrance is very apt, because there is an ashy like quality to it. It's smouldering, it's ashy like, it's almost like the end of a fire for me, and it's not immediate in your face, it's like somewhere in the background, like the forest maybe in the distance there's some smouldering from a fire that's going out and it's a little bit ashy in the air, while all the time being next to this body of water. So that's kind of the vibe that I get from this. As it transitions into the mid, I wrote in my notes that I get a little bit more of the patchouli kind of vetiver vibe, a little bit more earthy, almost like we're getting closer to the floor. Like he's, instead of just walking through the forest on the way to meditating, he's actually found a place now and he's sat down and he's actually on the floor, seated, having some little meditation or time to himself for contemplation. And you're getting more of that, the earthy qualities, the vetiver, the patchouli, like you're lower to the floor. It's a little bit more forest floor-like rather than maybe just walking through it initially. In my notes I wrote after about 45 minutes to an hour is when I start to perceive the kind of ashy, kind of smouldering, kind of crackling kind of feeling that comes through, that's a little bit not quite smoky but almost. Like I say, the fire's a little bit in the distance, which I think Eugene said that himself. It's not immediate, it's not like on top of you, but you get, well, you just feel it. But it's nicely blended. I think all three are very well blended, very well crafted, very high quality in terms of the way that they smell. I think, quite honestly, Eugene's brand is probably the best out of the YouTuber kind of brand thing that's going on. I think Eugene's is a solid house. It stands by itself, regardless of him being a YouTube reviewer. I think is excellent perfume. In the dry down, it got a little bit more mossy. I can kind of get the leathery kind of vibe. It's quite smooth. And so, yeah, that comes out more in the dry down. It gets kind of velvety on my skin, kind of soft, smooth, velvety, which I guess could maybe be the leather kind of thing, but also the oak moss probably becoming, you know, a little softer in texture, I would say. And even in the far dry down, there's that kind of faint whisper of ashiness, which is quite nice. The florals listed, like tuberose, violet leaf. I don't get massive amounts of florals on this. I think it obviously adds to the texture and the body of the fragrance, but they're not obviously perceivable. It's not like I would directly pick them out, so to speak. In terms of performance for this one, it gives you a nice cocoon for a couple of hours. You can smell it around yourself in a nice little bubble. It's not too strong, but it's nice. And I would say around 9 hours longevity before you might want to reapply. It's long lasting, lasts the whole day. Very smooth transitions, nothing too crazy. I actually didn't find it particularly challenging. I've heard other people mention it being a little bit challenging. I found it quite easy to wear personally. I didn't get that vibe. It's very smooth, very nicely blended. Like I say, there's this almost coating of the only thing I can think of is like maybe a very neutral kind of musk or something like that, which coats the whole thing and gives it this kind of shimmer, this shine, which I relate to being like framed behind glass. And I think that it just, yeah, it's polished, highly polished. So I don't find it too rough or too difficult to wear. I think it's quite wearable. And I don't find it like uber masculine, which is one of the things that Eugene mentioned, being quite masculine. Absolutely no reason why a woman can't wear it. I guess it just depends on personal taste, really. In terms of personal taste, it's probably my least to my own taste, because in general I'm not massively, I don't usually wear green perfumes, and this is definitely green, so it's my least personal favourite that I gravitate towards. My favourite being the first one, built around rose. Rose is one of my favourite notes. I thought that was gorgeous. The second one I like too. This one I also like. I think all three are really very, very good. So to go over it for you quickly, to me it starts off entering the forest. You get green, galbanum, pine. You get this, like I say, walking through a forest that is close to a body of cold water, which is, to me, is that shimmery kind of very highly polished, translucent quality that the fragrance has over the top of it. So walking into the pine forest, you get green leaves, in dark kind of green, but still with a lightness and airiness, almost a fresh air kind of quality to it, almost a little bit, yeah, like airy, I suppose, next to this cold body of water. As it dries down, you start to perceive something smouldering in the distance, like the fire. There's a fire that's kind of just going out and it's turning ashy and there's just kind of charred cinders of ash kind of blowing on the breeze of this cold wind. So there's a cold wind coming through the forest, and it's just bringing these kind of small ash particles past you as you're sitting down. So you're, instead of walking through the forest, you've found a place, you've sat down, you're closer to the floor, you get a little bit more of the vetiver, the patchouli, the earthy notes. Low down, Eugene's contemplating life and God and why he's here, and self-discovery and contemplation, and finding some inner peace and inner acceptance and happiness. But there's ash coming in the breeze, and the ash represents his past. His past has burned away into ashes, and it's gone into time. And yeah, that's the fragrance. It's excellent. I love it. I think I think it's beautiful, and the fragrance smells great. I like it. It's my least, like I say, my least personal taste in the terms of I don't often wear green fragrances. But I can smell the quality, I can smell the good blending, I can smell the inspiration behind it. I think it's excellently done. If you're into kind of more green perfumes, you like galbanum, then check it out. And to me it's quite wearable. I don't get I don't find it challenging personally. I think it's just good. I like it. That's the best way I can describe it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you soon with some more kind of automated videos while I'm away in India. I'll be back on March 1st. Take care, everyone, and cheers. Bye. Take care. One thing that I forgot to talk about while I was in the forest was that I'm not a vintage kind of collector. I don't have all these vintage fragrances that people kind of compare it to or talk about in relation to this one. I don't know any of them. So I can't comment on whether it does or does not. To me, it smells quite timeless. It doesn't smell dated. It doesn't smell like it's from the 80s, you know. I'll add that in, you know. To me, it's a timeless smell. It'll smell relevant in 50 years' time. It'll smell good 50 years ago. So I can't compare it to vintages because I'm not a vintage person. But yeah, like I say, to me it doesn't smell dated. I just want to kind of throw that in there.
One time he disappeared for 2 or 3 days. When he came back, they asked him where he'd been, and he said, "Oh, just sailing."